documentary on the Ashley Madison scandal. Now, I literally watched the Netflix special on this shit, and it made me super fucking angry watching it. So, let's find out all about it together. Now, me being me, we gotta set this shit to 1.1 speed if my hands will stop shaking. There we go, we did it. Holy success. Holy success! Lucy, did it fair with some color tweaking your Empress outfit could look like a Time Lord from Doctor Who? Nepu, I'm gonna kill you.
I cheated on my husband to find companionship, to feel happy and alive again.
Big story today in the world of the internet.
I cheated on my husband to find companionship, to feel happy and alive again. All things that you could have done by being a normal fucking person and just divorcing them. But I guess that didn't occur to you.
Ashley Madison, which is a dating service for married people looking to have an affair. It was hacked today.
A website for whores!
My dad reached a point of such hopelessness and despair.
How interesting that a site that is based on keeping your information private is getting hacked. What happened here?
By the way, the person who hacked this fucking website is the most base person to ever exist. Like, this is what I mean by internet random good guys. You can't, I have no pity. I don't feel bad for you. I just don't. I don't care. I don't care that that happened to you. LOL, it's fucking funny. It's fucking hilarious.
Unlike fairy tales, not all marriages end in happily ever after. You've probably heard the saying that 50%
Many
of
such
marriages end in
cases.
divorce.
But
Did you
mine
know
will
that
end with
60%
loving
of these
sex.
divorces are because of infidelity? And if finding out your partner was a
Hey,
cheater
bitch.
wasn't bad enough, in 2015, millions of wives came face to face with this truth in the most public way possible, through a massive data leak by a secret team of vigilante hackers.
It was a
This
team?
is the fall of Ashley Madison and how one hack exposed 37 million cheating husbands. What is Ashley Madison?
It was not just cheating husbands. What the fuck? What is that framing? What is that framing? 37 million cheating husbands. Oh yeah? Yeah. Hold on. So, who are the cheating husbands cheating with? Interesting. What the fuck is with that phrasing? Did you know? I don't know if he's gonna mention this in the documentary. Apparently, men had to pay money to sign up and women could join for free. This was their approach to making sure that there would be enough women who were available for the guys to have fucking affairs with. And you could not join the website unless you were married. So they were both married and they were both cheating whores. It's not a situation where it's like, oh, well, she was doing something immoral by like sleeping with a married man, but at least she wasn't also cheating on her. No, they're all married. Everyone on this website is married, just so you know, just for some fucking context. They're all married, they're all cheating, and it was an equal amount of fucking women too.
Life is short, have an affair. That is a slogan of the world's #1 married dating app. Founded in 2001 by Canadian entrepreneur Noel Biederman, Ashley Madison is a dating platform meant for those looking to arrange affairs, aka cheat on their partners.
Caught up in your daily routine, Ashley Madison, where the world explores affairs.
Ashley Madison markets
world
itself as a
explores
place
affairs.
free of judgment for consenting adults looking to explore secret relationships. The site has had over
Real
80
Canada
million signups since 2002, with an estimated 20,000 new members daily. The site doesn't only benefit the cheaters,
Wait, is
though.
this still
Ashley
up?
Madison's parent company, Ruby Life, has been making some serious money from this platform, because it turns out that capitalizing off of infidelity is actually a really successful business model. Although the company is currently
Which is fucking crazy to me. It's insane. 37 million. And that's just the guys? That's just the men? That means over 37 million people. 37 million plus fucking cheaters. You would hope that a website like that would not have nearly that many fucking members. I wouldn't blame anyone for being paranoid after this shit.
called Ruby Life. It used to have a different name, Avid Life Media. Remember that name,
Wow,
because
that's
we'll be
great.
getting back to that later. As of
Incredible.
2023, Ashley Madison is raking in $400,000 per every million users. And with 70 million users, that adds up to an annual revenue of $28 million.
No way. This is still successful? This is still a fucking successful business? Even after they leaked their members' data? People care more about cheating than they do about protecting their fucking personal information. This is a fucking dating and marriage black pill. Unironically. Parasitic doctorate welcome. Sounds like it's only grown. Yeah, it sounds like it's only gotten worse. Ugh. Ugh. Ugh.
$1 million, which makes Ashley Madison the 13th most profitable dating app in the world. The site makes most of its money from charging its male customers to access the main features. Each message you receive on Ashley Madison is hidden behind a paywall. Users can only bypass this with pay-per-use credits or through a monthly subscription. To send or even just read messages, you need to pay a fee of 5 credits or prepay for an hour of live chatting for 50.
You know what? If you're a cheater, you deserve to be fucking robbed of every single dollar. You deserve... I can't even complain, you know? I can't even say, wow, that sucks. You know what? You deserve it. You deserve it. I hope they charge you more. I hope they charge you more to participate in your disgusting fucking fetish.
Credits. And the credits are not cheap. For $59, you can only get 100 credits, which means each message could cost about $10. You can also use credits to add features like boosting your profile in search rankings or sending virtual gifts. Why are people willing to pay this much for a dating website? The main reason? Anonymity. Cheaters don't want to get caught. That's why they appreciate Ashley Madison's many anonymous features and don't mind spending a bit of cash for them. Users are given the option to have anonymous profiles filled with...
Their fetish is cheating? A lot of people have a cheating fetish. There are some people who I'm sure can engage in their cheating fetish without actually cheating. I'm not talking about those people. If you're on Ashley fucking Madison and you're paying to have your messages sent to like real women, you're not like doing a fucking fantasy kink anymore. You're actually cheating. So I don't feel bad that you're getting charged out the ass for it. I don't care that you're getting upcharged for it.
Fake user information to make sure that no one knows their true identity. There's even a full delete button which charges users a $19 fee. After paying, all of their private information is completely deleted from the website.
Oh, you're done being a cheating whore? You didn't like the website? Well, pay us $20 and we'll get rid of it for you. You better pay the fee. God knows what would happen if we didn't delete your account information.
Site and its databases. That way, no one can trace them back to the site and their marriages can remain safe. But if cheating isn't your thing, Ashley Madison's parent company, Ruby Life, still has got you covered. Because there are plenty of other dating websites in their portfolio that's meant to satisfy other dating fantasies. And they aren't any better. Avid Life Media, the empire built on deception. Before becoming Ruby Life, the company was known as Avid Life Media, a name that frequently made headlines for its controversial websites. So in order to understand why Avid Life Media was an attractive target for hackers, we need to look into how these scandalous websites function. If there was one thing Avid Life Media knew how to do, it was...
Okay, go fuck yourself. There's nothing in common. The fucking cougars and cheaters, are you putting that on the same level of controversy? Yeah, don't pull on my dick.
To sell you a lifestyle. And what better way to do that than to give you the perfect ideal woman you're looking for on these websites?
You can just
Instead
do
of
that
simply
by
running
watching
ads to entice you,
Avid
Avid Life Media took it one step further. They made these ads the faces of the company. Avid Life Media hired models to pretend to be top-level executives of these dating sites. They even created backstories to try and get more customers. These women would make several media appearances talking about how they built the businesses from the ground up.
Boys. It's easy to date a woman like me.
Claudia Optenkelder was one of these women. Posing as a CEO, she made several appearances on national TV talking about her dating platform, Cougar Life. Claudia was personable, well-liked, and was every man's dream. But what they didn't know was that this was all
Hag Life? Only it's a dating platform where you can flirt with VTubers.
a fantasy. And this questionable marketing strategy wasn't just aimed at men. They had another tactic to target women. In 2013, Avid Life Media was getting attention for all the wrong reasons. And it wasn't just one dating site that drew criticism. They had two. Combine these two sites with the Ashley Madison website, and you've got a trio package of questionable dating sites. So how did two scandalous sites put Avid Life Media in the hot seat? The dating site Arrangement Finders was targeted toward female university students and younger adult women. They launched billboards that featured pictures of known stars paired with suggestive text. So if the primary users were young women, who were the people trying to connect with them? Arrangement finders made it extremely clear who they were after because many of these ads were strategically placed near popular family attractions. You can pretty much guess what they were getting at. Girls on the site would get paid by men to go out on dates with them. These relationships were purely transactional, which meant that they usually towed the line between legal and illegal. Shortly after this controversy, arrangement finders shut down and their ads were taken down.
Yeah, how do you get away with that? Is it illegal to pay someone for, I mean, you know they're paying for sex, right? Like that's like at that point it's sex work, which is illegal in America, and you can't pay someone for sex legally. I mean, they can lie and say that they're only paying for dates, which isn't illegal, but like, yeah, that's towing the line in legal sense. Oh god. Oh man. Ooh.
A week later. Just like arrangement finders, which was aimed at women, the second site was meant to target men. Established men, aimed to connect beautiful women with interesting men. Both sites seemed to target vulnerable women in financial need, and people were not happy.
That fucking dichotomy is so funny. As if a man is not interested in anything but a beautiful woman. It's just like, you can have a beautiful woman, and then the woman can have an interesting man. Like, okay, I'm sorry. I don't know if men, like, agree with me as a whole, but I would get sick of having, like, a personality-less fucking blow-up doll next to me, like, who's just good for sucking cock. Like, okay, can she say something? Can she have a conversation with me? Can she stroke my ego? I need her to speak. I need her to have an actual fucking personality. I don't know. It just bothers me when they have, like, those fucking stereotypes, like, oh, women just want a funny guy, and guys just want a beautiful woman. Like, okay.
Two sites. These websites were fine on paper, and there was no concrete evidence of illegal activity happening. It seemed like Avid Life Media cracked the code on monetizing even the worst kinds of dating. But just because they couldn't be taken down legally doesn't mean they couldn't be taken down.
Sometimes you just want that.
Avid Life Media found itself targeted by people willing to...
Good thing I'm fucking beautiful, right, Chatty? Right? I'm the beautiful woman. It's me. I'm the one they're advertising.
Take matters into their own hands, and they weren't playing by the rules. The hack. While Ashley Madison shows how far people will go for secret pleasure, real happiness isn't about secret desires. It's about living openly and healthy. And what better way to start than by focusing on what you put into your body?
Nope,
so I read
it's
this
so
book
over.
called How Not to Die, and it made me realize that what we eat is way more crucial than you think. But eating healthy clearly isn't easy with media. With description or scan the QR code with your phone. Married dating website. The site had grossed 115 million the year before, and the CEO, Noel Biederman, was taking home more than $5 million a year. With all these impressive numbers, there's no denying it. Cheating really did pay. With summer around the corner, it seemed like nothing could get in the way of Ashley Madison's growth. The warmer months meant summer flings, and no one benefited more from a casual hookup than they did. And although things would heat up, it wouldn't be in the way that anyone expected, because Ashley Madison would soon come face to face with its greatest fear.
Why?
Hack has a lot of people sweating it out right now. We mentioned it earlier. Cheating site Ashley Madison was hacked by a group calling itself the Impact Team.
In July of 2015, the media was on fire after a mysterious message showed up on the dark web. A group of anonymous hackers by the name of the Impact Team issued a cryptic warning to Avid Life Media.
Wait,
in the
guys,
statement,
what's
the
a
hackers
skid?
addressed Ashley
Other than a
Madison's
skid mark.
executives by name, welcoming them to their worst nightmare. They called out the company for its lack of protection of personal user information. Then they told the public how they had hacked into the systems of not just Ashley Madison, but all the dating sites associated with their parent company, Avid Life Media. The hackers also exposed Ashley Madison for allegedly scamming its users with features like the full delete button, calling it a complete lie. Because after breaching the system, they were able to see the database of all the deleted user records. The message was a threat. In the message, the hacker stated that if Avid Life
Me when I force you to pay me $20 to delete your information, but I don't even fucking delete it. I just keep it anyway, and I just took $20 fucking dollars.
Media did not shut down Ashley Madison and their other site, Established Men, the hackers would release the data of every single...
The thing is, not deleting it and keeping it is low-key based, but I don't think that Ashley Madison intended to be based when they did that.
User. The end of the message name dropped all of the key players at Avid Life Media, asking them one question: what's it going to be? As expected, millions of people were in a complete frenzy after this news broke. This wasn't just a risk to Avid Life Media. It was a risk to any cheating person who had ever signed up.
Nah. Because if I were fucking married and then that news dropped and I saw that on the fucking news, I'd be watching my husband like a hawk. I'd be like, ooh. Is he sweating? Does he look a little nervous? Is he scratching the back of his neck? Is he paying a little bit too much attention to this news break report about Ashley Madison? I would go crazy, bro. Oh shit. I think I would know instantly.
To one of these sites. If this data were to get out, it wouldn't just be the end of Ashley Madison. It would be the end of millions.
Oh my god, wait, why do so many of you have the same story?
Of marriages. As the days passed, more and more people began to panic.
Paladin.
It wasn't like
You're
this was some sort of baseless, empty threat. The Impact team had been slowly releasing bits and pieces of user information to pile on the pressure. But it wasn't just Avid Life Media that felt the stress, it was their customers. Reddit forums blew up, news outlets used it as their top story. It even became a hot topic for late-night talk show hosts. But for some reason, Avid Life Media wasn't taking any action. It seemed like while the whole world couldn't stop talking about the Impact team, Avid Life Media remained silent. Aside from a statement they made on the morning of the attack, nothing else was done. I mean, if your business was making you millions of dollars a year, why would you want to shut it down? Avid Life Media sure didn't. So instead of following the Impact team's orders, they kept their sites up and running, which was their biggest mistake. 30 days later, nothing had changed. Maybe they thought the hackers were just making empty threats, or maybe they just didn't want to lose money.
I don't think it'll be mentioned here, but in the documentary I was watching, there was specifically this couple who were like family fucking vloggers, and her husband had been using Ashley Madison, which was really bad for their brand because their whole thing was like, oh, look what a happy family we are. Look how well we all get along. Look how, oh, guys, look how perfect we are. We're like the perfect fucking family. And then it came out that he was on fucking Ashley Madison, and everyone found out about it, and they started posting about it. And then he told her, he was like, oh, honey, I need to tell you, I joined Ashley Madison, but don't be mad because I just joined it in a moment of weakness, and like I didn't actually hook up with any of the girls. I just talked to them, and then I quit and I didn't use it anymore. And she trusted him. This fucking idiot bitch trusted him, and she was like, okay, all right, I trust you. I'm a good Christian girl. I can forgive my husband. I know marriage is like a struggle. It's like a lot of work, you know. And then later on, this dumb motherfucker ends up having to confess because people are leaking messages and shit, and he has to confess that not only did he hook up, but he hooked up with multiple women many times over and over again over the course of years. This is something that the entire internet knows. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that insane? He's for the streets and he's an asshole. Like, I don't fucking know, man. Like, they were really into the whole religion thing, and bro just let her live like that. Bro just lied straight to her face and said, yeah, I did some cheating behaviors, but trust me, I didn't actually fuck any of them. Crazy. Very mean, very fucked up. I hope that guy steps on Legos every day of his life.
Either way, they ignored the warning from the Impact team. Ashley Madison and established men remained online, business as usual. So on August 18th, 2015, the Impact team fulfilled their promise. The private data of over 37 million users was released to the public via the dark web. 32 million names were plastered all over the internet. All of these names came with addresses, phone numbers, transaction histories, and email addresses, all taken from their Ashley Madison profile.
Okay, well, it can't be her wife because she can do it for free, which is worse somehow. But like, imagine finding out that like the reason your husband couldn't afford a vacation that year is because you check his fucking history transaction on that website and it's fucking like $12,000 all to message women.
A whopping amount of 10 gigabytes of data were exposed for the public to see. But there were more surprises in store when the information was released. Around 15,000 of the exposed email addresses were .gov or .mil, which meant that they belonged to government or military personnel. Along with user information, the Impact team hackers also leaked documents, email chains, and other private information of Ashley Madison's
When they send us their cheaters, they're not sending us their smartest.
The Impact team left one final gift, a message titled "Time's Up," meant for the team at Avid Life Media and users of Ashley Madison. Immediately, the internet began picking apart every detail of these messages. The Impact team had practically just told the world that everything Avid Life Media had been telling its customers was a lie. Even if you put the hack aside, some of the claims in these letters were highly concerning. Ashley Madison is a site that profits off the promise of protecting the personal data of its users. But were they really protecting user data?
Clearly they don't care about that. The users, that is.
You pay a certain fee and then the site promises to obviously delete all of your information because of course it's quite a sensitive site. They claim that this wasn't happening and they found evidence of this in the data, and they released it to sort of vindicate these customers.
In their initial warning, the Impact team pointed to the full delete feature as an example to expose Avid Life Media's deceptive practices.
This is still
The
funny
hackers
as fuck.
claimed that this particular feature had earned the company $1.7 million in revenue at the time of the data breach, all while allegedly being a complete lie. This feature
When I sell a fuck you button that does nothing and I make $1 million and 700,000. Oh my god, the economy is not real!
costs $19 per use, but despite promises made to customers, their data wasn't actually deleted from the site even after they paid. Their credit card information remained stored in the transaction history, and the purchase details were not removed as promised. That means that usernames and addresses remained on record, which made the delete button entirely useless.
Oh
And people
no, I
only
feel
found
so
this out
bad.
because of the Impact team's hack. Many customers who had paid for the full
no,
delete
that
feature were
sucks.
shocked to find their personal information still in the leaked database. There was so much backlash that Avid Life Media was dragged into several lawsuits. One unnamed woman was so outraged to
they
find that her
win?
personal information was exposed that she sought out more than $5 million in damages. As more
Ah, how dare you expose me for being a cheating whore!
evidence was gathered to validate the Impact team's claims, it was getting harder to deny that Ashley Madison was a fraud. And if that wasn't enough to ruin their credibility, there was more. In the Impact team's Time's Up message, they provided a key statistic that stunned everyone. See, Ashley Madison fake profile lawsuit. 90 to 95% of actual users are
Jesus,
male.
God.
The belief that Ashley Madison created fake female profiles wasn't new. Since the site's creation, people have questioned whether or not it actually had as many women as they advertised. But it wasn't until the Impact team released their statement that people actually started to do some digging. In 2012,
what?
Ashley Madison found itself in the middle of a lawsuit with former employee Doriana Silva. The employee claimed that she suffered injuries as a result of tasks that she had to do on the job. You might be thinking, maybe she fell off a ladder or tripped on a wire or something. Well, Doriana claimed that she was forced to make 1,000 fake female profiles within a matter of weeks when the site was launching its Portuguese version. She was seeking $20 million in damages because this resulted in forearm and wrist injuries. Ashley Madison then countersued for $100,000,
When
claiming
working for the cheating company gives me fucking carpal tunnel and I ask for millions. You know what? If she won base, I don't even
Doriana
know
kept
anymore.
confidential documents even after leaving her job. The lawsuits were thrown out, but this added more evidence to the Impact team's claims. After the data leak confirmed that the statistics
So, you know what this tells me? This tells me that the majority of the female users who were real and wanted to cheat were servicing a ton of men in order for them to maintain having that many users. Holy fucking whore! A 5% women? They were fucking taking care of most of those cocks all by themselves. Like, that's insane.
was true, multiple class action lawsuits were filed against Ashley Madison. The lawsuit accused the site of using fembots to attract paying male customers, arguing
Insane.
that this made them victims of fraud. The released information revealed that the hackers say
Dude, if you want to scam men out of their money with fembots, just make Neurosama again. They'll know that it's a fembot and they'll fucking spend money on it anyway.
90 to 95% of female profiles.
Just be
on the
honest
site
about it,
were
just be
fake.
upfront.
Investigative journalists also joined in on the search for the truth. After pouring countless hours into researching the data, they found concrete proof that there were virtually no women on the site.
In the database that was released, the website had 31 million men and 5.5 million women, which is a ratio of about 5 to 1. But Newitz discovered that of those 5.5
Already a
million
bad
women,
ratio, and
only
it was even worse than they said.
1,492 ever looked at a single message in their inbox.
$1,492. The cheaters were basically just role-playing cheating? Yeah, Guys? I'm starting to think Ashley Madison is basically just profiting off of people who are LARPing cheating, but not actually doing it. Something about this is both pathetic, disgusting, and sad all at the same time.
Ever, compared to more than 20 million men who had looked at their inboxes. That means of all of the active users on the website, 0.01%, actually less than 0.01% of those users were women.
After
Ashley Madison, you have a great grift here. What you need to do is you need to target the males who are dissatisfied with their wives because they're actually gay. Then you have the perfect website for your cheating scam. They're gonna fuck each other, and then you won't have to worry about trying to attract women to your website in the first place. Like, this gotta be a pretty sizable population, right?
news spread, Avid Life Media claimed that this wasn't their fault, but rather that third parties had maliciously misused their site. It turns out that Ashley Madison has a reputation for attracting a range of external scams. Many have used Ashley Madison as a means for catfishing, blackmail, or phishing scams targeted at its users. Since a majority of Ashley Madison profiles are meant to have minimal personal information, it makes it a much easier platform to disguise yourself as someone else. But let's not forget, the company itself has been caught creating thousands of fake profiles. Sure, they have a point about third-party interference, but most of these fake female profiles were still made by the company.
Ashley Madison, it's true, but you're the scammer.
IP addresses were analyzed to reveal the location of where these accounts were last used. The key findings were that a staggering 80,805 profiles linked back to one specific IP address. Which one? The Ashley Madison offices. All signs were pointing to one thing: Ashley Madison had practically no female users. The Impact team had blown the roof off of Ashley Madison's entire operation. The big question is, who really is the Impact team? Vigilantes or villains? Now, what would you even classify the Impact team as? Villains, heroes, vigilantes? Nothing else was.
Obviously, when you're leaking people's personal information, it's a little bit morally gray, but considering that it helped a lot of people get out of marriages that they did not know were so bad and that they were being cheated on, I'm gonna say based.
Known about them besides what they told us in their letters, so no one knew for sure. But it seemed obvious that their morals pushed them to do what they did. We are dedicated, focused, skilled, and we're never going away. If you profit off the pain of others, whatever it takes, we will completely own you. Judging by their words, they seem to be expert hackers aiming to deliver their own version of justice. And even though we don't know anything more personal about them, they did do an interview through email.
I hope they do it again.
During this interview, they were asked about what the process was like hacking into Avid Life Media. And the answers were pretty surprising and only ended up making Ashley Madison's customers even more upset. The Impact team said that they worked hard to make a fully undetectable attack, only to get into the system and find nothing to bypass. When the interviewer asked about the state of Avid Life Media's security, her answer started with just one word: bad. The hackers exposed that the company's security was weak, basically just dividing their network into smaller parts. This simple setup was far from effective at keeping out unauthorized users. According to the hackers, using just a basic VPN was enough to gain access to all the servers. For a company that says it cares about keeping its users' information private, this weak security system made Ashley Madison users even more mad. They had been paying all of this money to use a site that they assumed would keep their private.
And y'all didn't learn shit! Y'all didn't learn shit! Why is it still making so much fucking money?
Information safe. Not only did that not happen, but the company didn't even have the right system in place to protect it. The Impact team claimed that Avid Life Media makes around $100 million in fraudulent dollars a year, and that the website became a breeding ground for illegal activity. It turns out the hackers have been watching it all go down for years. The Impact team finally felt that it was time to make a move and shut the site down. They also addressed the elephant in the room. Who was the true blackmailer in the situation? Their answer? We didn't blackmail users. Avid Life Media blackmailed them. Through this interview, it seemed clear that the Impact team hacked Ashley Madison because they felt it was necessary. It seemed like the 37 million users were just caught in the middle, while the Impact team was trying to bring down Avid Life Media.
A company that actually cares about keeping you secure has people that they hire to try and hack into their security and then point out their flaws to them so that they can go back and they can fix it. So I'm pretty sure this is a common practice for like big ass companies that have a lot of your personal data. White hat hackers, I think is the term. Thank you for reminding me. Obviously, Ashley Madison didn't give a shit. This is a grift through and through. A total fucking grift. And my god, if it's not successful. This is the proof that grifting is real, and it is profitable if you're willing to do it. If you have no morals, if you have no soul.
Yeah. The hacker group ended the interview by answering one final question. Will the Impact team be hacking any other sites in the future? Not just sites, any companies that make hundreds of millions profiting off the pain of others' secrets and lies. To this day, no one truly knows who the Impact team is. But one thing's clear, they exposed Avid Life Media. So that leaves us with one big question. What happened to the husbands who had their information leaked? The shattered marriages. With so much media coverage and a couple of famous people on the list, word spread like wildfire about the leak. It didn't take long for the once secret Ashley Madison users to face consequences not just from their partners, but also from their friends, families, and coworkers. The Impact team—
I'm gonna just say this. If you lost your marriage because you were cheating, I don't care. If you lost your job because you were cheating, I don't care. If you ruined your reputation because you were cheating, I don't care. Be a fucking adult and get a divorce. If you can't get a divorce, don't cheat. Or express that you want to get divorced in the fucking first place and that you're just waiting until you can, and then go do whatever you want. There's so many different ways you could go about not being in a satisfying relationship. You don't have to do this. So I don't feel fucking bad for people who do. And I know that there were some people, well, they'll probably talk about it. We'll see.
Left the cheaters one final message. It was ALM that failed you and lied to you. Prosecute them and claim damages, then move on with your life. Learn your lesson and make amends. Embarrassing now, but you'll get over it. But unfortunately for some, the consequences of their new reality became too much to handle, and they never got over it. Millions of guilty husbands were trying to salvage their marriages. With websites like Check Ashley Madison.
Adultery should be a criminal offense. I love how that's like a comment right next to losing your job is a bit much, but no, I don't think it's a bit much because people can pretty much fire you for anything, right? And if the entire team knows that you're a cheater who cheats on your wife, I mean, it might be hard for them to work with you, you know? Like, it's no longer a team player thing. It's like you're a distraction to the rest of the team. So I couldn't blame anyone for like firing you if it's that type of environment. I think it just depends.
.com, giving wives easy access to the leaked data. These secret relationships weren't so secret anymore.
I mean, aren't there states where it's like at will employment, which means that you can leave whenever you want, but they can also fire you whenever you want? So that means they can just do it if you're a cheater. Like, it doesn't, you know.
But while most men attempted to fix their mistakes, others simply couldn't.
More fallout tonight from that hack of the cheating website, Ashley Madison.
The unfortunate passing of some men seemed to happen
48 out of 50 states are at will. That's the vast
and other
majority.
Ashley Madison users became victims of even more internet blackmail. With their contact information available for anyone to see, scammers saw an opportunity. The scammers aimed to blackmail the husbands for money, usually in the form of Bitcoin, by saying they would reveal their affairs to their families. Like most internet schemes, many of these emails sat in the inbox ignored.
Damn.
However, these scammers weren't playing around. If they weren't given their $2,500 ransom, they would send personalized letters to the wives informing them of their husband's spot in the Ashley Madison user database. It wasn't just cheating husbands who got messages like these. Small businesses also got emails from people claiming to be hackers. These emails said that they would release private information from their websites unless they got paid. For better or for worse, the identities of these cheaters were out there, and the reactions were definitely mixed.
He needs me to wire him $15,000 right now.
That their private data was exposed because of the carelessness of a company that they thought they could trust. Others felt that what happened was completely justified and that cheaters deserve no sympathy. But regardless of what side you're on, one thing's for sure. The Impact team lived up to their name. They made a lasting impact that won't be forgotten. The story of Ashley Madison is a reminder to be careful who you give your data to. And also, the obvious lesson, don't cheat. My friends, be careful online because it only takes one click to change your life forever. Visual venture.
It only takes one click,
Wait, before you go, click this playlist right here to watch more.
No! I won't! Are there any rage bait comments in here? Any rage bait? My favorite thing about this entire story is that the hackers didn't ask for money. They didn't gain anything except for exposing douchebags. Fantastic work. That is true. They did not want money. Barnaby, thank you for the 19 months. I appreciate it. Blah, blah, blah. I do think you have to take that into consideration when you're trying to decide, oh, was it ethical or were they assholes? Well, they didn't ask for money, so they weren't trying to extort anyone. I think you do have to have money to extort, right? This reminds me of those times when animals would get abused and the people unfortunately would find the exact coordinates of where it took place in days. Oh, yeah. You know, back when that website actually used to do a good thing here and there. Nowadays, it's just like a site for manifestos. Sad. The decline, truly. Ooh,